talking to Valeria Lewis and family on April 1st of all days, 2026.
It is April 1st.
I'll just let that there. So, Lewis is a Welsh English name.
Tonight.
And this book that you gave your grandson, Dave,
Carol does.
is certainly comes from that heritage.
Tonight.
So, first of all, what can you tell me about this book?
The only thing I know about this book is that my mother-in-law gave it to me.
Your brother-in-law?
My mother-in-law.
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 Okay.
It would have been Jimmy's grandmother.
Okay. So, what was her maiden name?
A McKittrick.
Yes.
How do you spell that?
Spell it.
McKittrick.
So that's definitely Celtic influence. All right. So
Yes.
you see, this book has a pedigree to it.
Oh.
It's just so Celtic, Irish, Scots-Irish, Welsh. It's a treasure trove. So her name was again what?
McKittrick.
What was her first name?
And Marie.
Marie McKittrick. Okay, go on.
And they all played instruments, the whole family.
The whole family played instruments. Back then, that's what you did. There wasn't the internet, there wasn't television, there wasn't even radio, right?
That's right.
Okay, so you'd gather around, and the interesting thing about that is that when those Celtic peoples, I call them Scots-Irish, but they do include Welsh people, especially here in Berks County, a lot of Welsh, Cymru Township in particularly. They came and they settled in the Appalachian Mountains, and they brought with them this tradition of story songs, moralistic tales told through songs, cautionary tales told through songs, and then tunes that they would dance to. That's how our Appalachian mountain folk culture, what eventually evolved into country music and bluegrass music and such, that was the birth of it.
My
You
word.
know,
My word.
that heritage. So go on.
Well, they, let's see. I don't remember if they were Irish or Scotch. It's Welsh, that I know. And they moved to England. The father moved them to England because there was trouble over there in that country. I don't know which one.
Could be Scotland or Ireland.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know if it was because of the potato famine or whatever it was. But
So that if that's the case, that tells me probably more Irish than Welsh.
Okay.
Because the potato famine was a particularly nasty situation in Ireland.
Yeah, I know.
That Queen Victoria eventually tried to reach out and fix.
And
But
he- But the father was a iron master.
an iron master.
He could smelt iron. Mm-hmm. Well, during the war, I guess it was a civil war, the United States needed somebody to help with the iron over here, and we didn't have anybody. The only thing is, I don't know. They came to this area, but I can't.
From England to Berks County.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it was Berks County. It's up the line further, but I can't remember the name of the town.
Well, that's
It was here in Pennsylvania.
It was in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Oh,
Eastern
yeah.
Pennsylvania, further north in Lehigh Valley.
Could have been.
Could have been Bethlehem.
I was at the there was a railroad station there, and I remembered the name, but now I can't remember it anymore. What the name of the town was. Anyway, that's what he did then, and then he stayed over here, brought the whole family over. Mm-hmm. And of course, in those days they didn't have paper music or anything. They had to do what you have to do to make your music.
So, in those days, and for most of the history of music up to this point, even though it doesn't seem this way to us, the music was passed along through the oral tradition. So, A-U-R-A-L, hearing it,
Okay.
and O-R-A-L, oral, me telling you what to play.
Okay.
This written thing is quite modern, like, and the person who did this made a sincere attempt to preserve the knowledge that they had about this music and the love they had for it. That's what this represents. A lot of these tunes most people have never heard of because they haven't been passed along. There are favorites that have been passed along. Those are like the greatest hits of old Irish folk tunes, but this is a treasure trove. So the person who did this really, really, truly wanted to save it for all time. Now you're taking a big step in doing that by giving that to your grandson and agreeing to this interview.
I just couldn't see throwing it away. because my sister played a cornet, and she would have to sometimes transpose the music for what she had to play.
Mm-hmm.
I like music, but I've never been very good at it.
Well,
I can't sing either.
music in your genes has been passed along to your son and your grandson, and clearly that's part of your DNA, so that's a great thing. Lucky us.
Yeah.
So go on. Anything more you wanted to tell me?
Let's see. No, I think all the two boys, Uncle Bob and Uncle Harry played. Marie played.
These are your children.
No,
these are her children.
These are her. These are Marie's sisters and brothers.
Marie's sisters and brothers in her family. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, Anne, your aunt Anne, because she played the piano. Your grandmother played the piano.
How about fiddlers? Do you remember any fiddlers offhand?
No, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think so. Nothing was mentioned about that.
And were you? How did you get this book?
My mother-in-law gave it to me.
Just unceremoniously gave it to you.
She didn't want it destroyed, and I just kept it because I didn't know what else to do with it. No, I asked several people, and they did, so I just thought, well, I keep it. But then when I discovered that these guys are really playing music all the time, maybe they can do something with it.
So how long do you think you've had this book?
Oh my! Well, I was married almost 47 years, and now it's. Then there was 15 years with Jack, and I don't know. It was pretty long.
This book is hand-tooled, hand-printed leather. This looks like a little bit of a stencil here, but the rest is handwritten. Mm-hmm. And I was using AI, those pictures you saw, to try and bring out more of the text to see what it might have said. It's, I think it's more than 200 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's 1806
And-
is the date in it.
1806, and you can see it's amazing, really. Like some of the writing, right here it says 1806.
Okay.
Right here. The illustrations are hand drawn.
Yeah, it's like they didn't even just here's the music. Like
They
they did fancy
Yeah.
calligraphy and artwork. And
Well, yeah, either somebody knew how to hand bind a leather
and
book,
hand
or
sewed the-
They took it somewhere.
went to expense.
Yeah.
Back in 1806 to have this done,
I imagine.
I think that would have probably cost what amounted to a pretty penny back then.
I'll tell him to look.
It's incredible, really, for me, as a sort of a folkloric music scholar, if you will. It's just incredible. And the writing is it's immaculate. It's beautiful. When you think that today they don't teach cursive in school
I
anymore.
know.
It's a free-for-all. This is just, here we have things like the Irish washerwoman. So what I want to do with this, and I told Dave, is I would like to photograph it, all of it, and then put it together and preserve it so that people can enjoy it, and so that the mission of the person who created it, whom you didn't know, right?
That's right. I have no idea.
And the person who gave it to you didn't know this person either.
That I couldn't tell you. She
So
never talked about it.
You don't know how they came across it or came by it.
I don't know. I think it was in the family.
So she just knew that it was something that held intrinsic value to her, and she felt in her heart, in her being, that she shouldn't throw it away and it shouldn't be discarded. So she gifted it to you, and now you're gifting it to your grandson, Dave, for the same reasons, I think.
Yes, yes.
Am I getting that right? Or
Yes,
are there other
yes.
feelings associated with it?
No,
Or
I just want to get rid of it.
She's cleaning house.
Hey, I'm getting too old. I can't keep these things.
Well, this is beyond. Certainly, this is not junk.
Well, I'm so glad.
I feel like this should be really in a museum somewhere. I'm not telling you what to do
It
with it.
belongs in a museum.
It should
That's
be in
what
the, it should
Indiana
be in
Jones would say.
the custody of Celtic Scots-Irish scholars, musicologists, ethnomusicologists. There's a place called the Mercer Museum in Bucks County that has a collection of ancient instruments and things like this. This comes to mind. I'd like to go on a field trip with you and take this down there and just say, hey, first of all, we have this. Are you interested in seeing it? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And if not, then fine. We don't go on the field trip. If so, we go on the field trip. And if you're never going to use it to actually make songs out of it once we preserve it, if somebody like that is interested in having it to display or to archive even better than we could, that was the intent of the guy that put this together all that time. How many hours do you think it took to do this?
Oh my!
Jeez. I can't imagine.
No.
And it looks so well done.
It's very neat, very
I
nice.
can't even read my own handwriting.
To hand score notes like this. I mean, we're going back to the time of the great composers too. You got to remember, like around this era, there was, Beethoven and those guys were running around also writing manuscripts by hand. And so
Yeah.
there are museums up in New York, for example, that specialize in that kind of music, hand printed. And I've seen Mozart's work,
Oh my!
and it looks just like this.
Wow.
It's
Yeah, it could be pretty
meticulous, and you think
old.
to yourself, I think a couple things as a musician. Now, your grandson's extremely creative, and I'd like to think that I'm on his level there. We like to make stuff. But I can't imagine having to score to write every nuance of every song that we've written so that somebody 100, 200 years from now will know by looking at it exactly what we meant. And that's what the great composers did. They put little marks and things like that. This is what we want to do there. And, conductors interpret that stuff, but nobody ever really knows exactly what they
Right.
wanted.
They can kind of guide you to what their
Right.
feeling was or how to deliver something, but you just never quite.
Right. And this guy made a point to preserve all these old tunes that people danced to, had weddings to, love, joy, the whole. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I can't believe that if we take this to a scholar, that they wouldn't be equally astounded and amazed.
Dave, have you any idea how far back that
Well,
goes?
I hope you have good luck with it.
Yeah, 1806 it says inside
it's
here.
The date inside
Yeah.
it's 1806.
Yeah.
Because it's written out 1806, and then the Roman numeral in the front is 1806.
Yeah.
And what were your thoughts when she gave you this, Dave? I know what my thoughts were when you first showed it to me.
I mean, when I looked at, and you were just rattling stuff off, and I'm like, I can't comprehend all this stuff. But I'm going, the first thing I noticed was how old it was, and the fact that it was handwritten.
And can I also say how much it was utilized? Because the leather here is it's used. It's been opened and closed, but it was used with great respect. It wasn't
Right,
beat up.
it's not ripped. It's what I mean.
Right.
It's in. I mean,
Something
that's that old.
For 1806?
Yeah. They have better paper back then.
That's 220 years.
Yeah.
And kids didn't tear things apart like they do today.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays we live in a disposable society.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And
too.
also a capitalistic society, which there's nothing wrong with, but nowadays, if you want to get music like this, you buy it. There are very few people who would sit down and do this today.
Oh, I know.
Very few. Frankly, very few that would have sat down and done it even 200 some years ago. This guy, this person, we're going to think it's Joseph Wilson Calder.
Too bad Mom isn't here anymore to find out.
He was an extremely caring and meticulous person that I can't keep saying it enough.
Well, I
He
wonder
wanted
if-
this to be
if
passed
there's
along.
ways we can search these names and connect them on the internet.
We're going to do that.
Ancestry or
We'll
something.
do that.
I was always hoping that since Jack liked to run around, I was always hoping that we'd go back to England. And I thought about taking this to see if you could locate any of the McKittricks or anything that would pertain to them.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. My mom's pure Sicilian. I took her several years back because she wanted to go to look up, of all things, to walk through cemeteries to find relatives, and one in particular. And with 3 days of walking through cemeteries, I looked at her the one day and I said, "Mom." She said, "I know, this is a little bit." And, but at the end of that afternoon, we found what she was looking for, and it was like finding a pot of gold, It was like, wow,
Good.
really amazing. Anything else you want to tell me about this?
If I knew it, I'd tell you.
Right.
That's about all I know.
I want you to know that as I paged through this the very first time, I haven't gone through every page yet, but when he showed it to me the first time, I just flipped through it. I saw tunes that I still play. Like I just had St. Patrick's Day gigs that I play with people who really love and respect this music, fiddlers and bagpipers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the same tunes,
Good,
and they're in here,
good.
and
Really?
yeah. Yeah, and really fun to know that some of these tunes, if you watch old movies now, like I'm talking about black and white, like the days of Errol Flynn,
Okay.
right? pirate movies in particular, these are where you find these. As background music in a lot of these old black and white pirate movies, they have these tunes as just the background score.
My
Because they
goodness.
were around, they were already hundreds of years old and they were free.
Right. Yeah. You don't have to pay for them.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
So it's really a hoot to be watching an old black and white pirate movie and hear, like, one of these things like Gibson's hornpipe or something like that. It's like, wow, I know that tune.
How about that? That's great.
So I'm thrilled to be able to document this. My goal here is to document this story. I only get really 800 words to do that. I'm going to take a picture of you guys together holding the book if I can, if I may. I'm going to also, I want to take pictures and archive the entire book so that should anything happen to the book, it's now actually preserved due to the amazing power of the internet. And now
And plus, then people can have access.
people can have access to it, and that's your gift to not just him, but to all of the tens of thousands, way more. Honestly, you don't understand, like, the people that revere and love this music.
Oh, I believe that.
I mean, it's just, it's really cool. It's really cool. So, that's about that as far as the interview goes.